Good afternoon, Idobi and podcast listeners. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Wesam here again. Thanks for listening. Michael, how's everything going, man? You have a good weekend?
I did. Thank you, Wesam.
Yeah, working hard?
Yep, you know it.
Awesome. Michael, you are a man of few words, like I've said before, and I like that.
Thank you.
Jesus. Our guest today is Katie LECLERC. You might know Katie from the show on ABC Family, actually. Michael just said ABC Family, called Switched at Birth. Or you might know her from, or the Brett DAVERN show featuring Katie LECLERC, which is a morning show here on Idobi Radio. I love Katie. She's an amazing person, hilarious, and I'm telling you, the Brett DAVERN show in the morning I think it's the best morning show out there right now. And I know that's a bold statement. I said it. I don't care. You disagree with me, send me a tweet. I'll block you. I'm kidding. I won't block you unless you're rude. I will block you then. But I'm really excited to talk with Katie today, and I know you guys will love the conversation. So let's give it up for Katie LECLERC. Nobody move. Totally still. Let the music play. 3, 2, 1. Yeah! Katie LECLERC!
Yeah, boy! God, I love this theme song so much.
I know. My brother did a pretty good job.
He crushed it.
Yep.
Crushed it.
Him and Riley Taylor.
What up, Riley?
His producing partner. Katie.
Wesam.
Your morning show with Brett is extremely entertaining.
It's very fun.
And I don't say this lightly, but it's the best morning show.
Thank you.
In America. Because I don't know the other morning shows in England, France, Germany.
They probably have some good ones.
Do you think they do kind of like the same things the morning shows in America do?
I think so.
Like with the sound effects, or like you know how you have like Boy Wonder? Do they have their version of Boy Wonder? Like the German version of Boy Wonder, or the French version, or the Austrian version?
They have to. They have to.
Picking Europe.
I've done my favorite late night talk show that to be a guest on is NOCHES CON PLATANITO on Telemundo.
Are you serious?
It's literally hosted by a clown.
What?
He's literally in a clown. I mean, he's in a suit, but he's got a clown face, and he's NOCHES CON PLATANITO, which is something about bananas. We are bananas or something like that. I don't speak Spanish. I don't really know. But what's great about it okay, so to drive home the point of why it reminded me of them, Jimmy Kimmel has Guillermo.
Right.
Kimmel has Guillermo.
Del Toro. No, I'm kidding. It's another Guillermo.
It's another one. His little sidekick or whatever.
Yeah.
Noches has a little sidekick dude. So I think it's like they all follow the same format.
How little?
He's not like a little person. He's a full-sized human.
I was curious from the way you said little.
No, he's like a little dude, you know?
Okay.
Like hey, little dude. But what's great about it, if you're a guest on his show and you don't speak Spanish, like I don't speak Spanish, you wear an earwig, and there's a translator who's saying the host speaks Spanish the entire time. There's a translator in your ear saying things in English to you, and then you respond in English, and Noches, is also wearing an earwig, and the translator translates everything you're saying in English to Spanish to Noches.
Oh my gosh. Is that tough to do?
It's so fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, so obviously it's not a serious talk show, because I'm more interested about this talk show now. Because, hey, man, like that's a hard pitch, I think, for a network.
Oh, it's great.
I'm going to dress up like a clown and do a late night talk show.
It's the number one. He's Jimmy Kimmel in Spanish-speaking world.
What?
Yeah.
And full clown makeup?
Yeah.
Does he wear a suit and clown shoes, or is it like...
Yes,
like
and clown shoes.
Wow. No, I meant like a real suit.
Yes.
Like, oh.
But with clown shoes.
I was on it.
You saw it. You saw the vision.
That is so interesting.
It's great. And it's so much fun, and he's just a really nice dude.
Did you have to go in LA and shoot this, or was it somewhere south of the border?
Here.
Wow.
Yeah. Just down the street, actually.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's great. It's so much fun.
I hope someday to do it.
I've done it twice. Almost 3 times. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
It's
my.
the greatest.
It's sparkling.
The pink wig.
if you're listening to this on Idobi Radio or the podcast, you should definitely
You should Google it.
Yeah, Google Noches con Platanito,
Platanito.
which is banana, I'm assuming, right?
I think so, yeah.
Night of the banana.
It's nights with banana.
Nights with banana.
So he's bananas.
Night.
He is banana.
He's bananas.
Ah.
And here's the thing. On my second visit,
Yeah.
threw pies at his face.
What?
I did.
Oh,
It's the greatest talk show ever. It's so much fun. But the thing is, clowns are very particular about their makeup. Like, it's a really big deal.
Yes.
And you cannot reveal, like I felt so bad because Noches' makeup got effed up because of the whipped cream and stuff. And, like, his identity was almost revealed. It was a big deal, Wesam.
Can you imagine his identity gets revealed because of you?
Oh,
throwing
my
a
God.
pie in his face. His show gets canceled. He loses his family.
Holy
He
shit.
goes bankrupt. Michael his head just popped up. Like, why? Why are you going to that dark of a place?
It's a dark place.
I
Wesam.
love going to dark places like that.
Oh, good.
It makes.
That's where you live, huh?
Well, no, it's not where I live. I like to visit.
Oh, boy.
Oh my gosh. I will go on YouTube and just watch cringe videos.
What
for
does
a
that
while.
mean?
Videos that make you cringe.
Like pimple popping videos?
No, I love those. I am that guy who loves. You do what?
Oh my God, I do too.
I love popping blackheads. Oh my gosh. Why don't people like that?
I mean, it's gross.
Is it?
I just think it's so satisfying.
It is. What
Yeah.
makes like
Because you're getting rid of the thing that's... You like popping your own blackheads? Is that what you're saying? We can have this conversation. It's okay. There's
and
no
my-
judgment.
Like mine and other people's.
You pop other people's?
Yeah.
Whose do you pop?
Okay, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, if like we're shirtless walking around the house, like if I see one on his back,
You're like, come here, come
yeah,
here.
yeah, and he's like, no, and then he'll do the same thing to me, and I'm like, no, you didn't let me pop yours. I'm not gonna, this is so much I'm sharing right
Do
now.
you guys live together?
Me and my brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, my middle
Okay,
brother. Yeah.
okay.
Super cool guy. Wait, so you like popping pimples too?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm a pimple
fo-
popper.
You follow Dr. Pimple Popper on
I do.
Instagram? Me too. Me too. Remember that guy she had on with all those blackheads
Oh,
on his
God.
nose? And he had not rhinoplasty, that's something else, but he had some kind of rhino disease. She basically had,
Yeah.
after she did all that, she had to shave off parts of his nose with this
Yeah.
like cauterizing thing that basically like burns
Burns
off.
your skin as it's like shaving.
Yeah, but then after he
He looked
healed,
great.
he looks great.
What's amazing to me about these videos is, did you see the guy who's got like a humpback? It was like this week. He's got like a, it was like the size of
I've
like a
seen one of those.
grapefruit.
Yes. How does it get that big?
How does it get that? How do you, as a human, just not look in the mirror for 6 months? I mean, how fast does that grow? It's got 2 years? Who knows?
Dude, I'm telling you, there are people out there like that, and I don't get it. Like, if...
It has to be a choice, though, right? You have to choose to ignore that thing.
Yes. I think so. I mean...
Because it's okay that it happens. We're human. Gross stuff happens to bodies are disgusting.
that's
fine.
fine.
But then, like, take care of it. Or maybe people don't have health insurance.
Yeah, that's a possibility. He's like, damn, this thing is getting huge, and it hurts a lot, but there's nothing I can't even touch it. I'm just going to let it be. I can't go to the doctor.
Right.
That could be a financial thing. Yeah,
It
I
could
never
be a
even
financial
thought.
thing.
Yeah. But, like, I
But
saw a
then-
guy in Marshall's, and I'm telling you, he walked by me, and the BO, oh my gosh.
Was it Bo?
That is so mean.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Bo.
Oh
He doesn't
my
listen
gosh.
anyway.
That is so
Here's why
funny
I said
to me.
that.
It's
No, here's
such a
why I said
left
that.
curve.
I've been watching Awkward.
She's talking about Bo Murchoff, just for you guys know.
I've been watching Awkward, and he smells his pits the whole show.
That's right. I forgot his character did that.
Yeah.
Um,
Jenna
it-
lives.
That was my character. I don't.
Alex?
What?
Alex?
Season 6. No, we're not getting a season 6.
Are you?
No.
Oh, I would love that. Except for I would lose my morning show host, and I would be out of a job. So
You do you do it? What are you talking about? No? All
it's
right.
called the Brett Davern Show.
Featuring Katie LeClerc.
Yeah.
Anyway, this dude had such bad BO. Let's go. Dude, we're just going to be giggling like we're high most of this podcast.
We're not. It's 421.
It is.
Just kidding. Actually, it is 421. But
It is, yeah. This one airs a few days after it.
Yeah.
It amazes me the amount of self-awareness some people have and some people don't.
Yeah.
But how do you fix somebody like that who has really bad BO? As a stranger, I can't say anything to him.
No.
That'd be rude. Would it? If I'm like, hey, listen, man, you don't know me. I'm trying not to be rude, but you smell really bad. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay? You can follow me home and use my shower? I got shampoo.
That's dangerous living.
That is. Don't do that. Don't do that. I think that's the only way you could say something and have it not be rude. If you offer the solution.
I got you a
just
hotel
point
room.
out the problem.
I got you a hotel room. I know something. Okay, I got something to ask you because this kind of annoys me. Whenever these Instagram stars, I will call them, or YouTube
like
stars.
Influencers?
Yes.
Okay.
They are influencers. They will vlog or video their good deeds.
Okay. And you don't like this?
No. Why? Isn't that weird to you or no? I don't understand the reasoning behind it other than to get more views. Am I wrong on this?
I'm processing.
Okay. Here's why. It's cool that they're doing it. It's cool that they're if they're doing something like we want to bring awareness to homelessness or whatever, and so we got this guy a hotel room for the night and some money, and yeah, that's what we're doing. I don't know. It feels a little weird.
Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna start by saying it's bullshit. And
my point of view?
No. That they are doing it for viewers.
Okay.
Right? And if there is a person who has 500,000 followers, this is Brightside Katie here, okay? Ready?
Yeah,
if there's a person who has 500,000 followers and 300,000 of the 500,000 watch it.
Yeah.
And then 10 people go out and do something good because they saw this video.
Right.
Is that trickle-down effect okay?
Great question. And the thing that pops up in my head whenever you say that is intention. What is their intention?
What is their intention?
Because I believe intention is key. Mm-hmm. And that really...
As long as they're doing it to help inspire other good deeds, not just increase their viewership.
Right. If that's their...
The problem is there's no way to know.
Absolutely.
So it always feels false.
Yeah, a lot of times it does. If you look at their past videos, for instance, if they've been I don't know, putting itching powder in their girlfriend's thong so they can get a bunch of viewers to watch their girlfriend run around in a thong, and then their next video is, we're helping homeless people in this one.
Little shift there.
Good for you. But then the next video after that is another, I put itching powder in my girlfriend's bra this time. Yeah. I think it depends on intention, but you're right. There's no way of understanding that, and
yeah,
it just feels a little false sometimes.
Oh, it almost always feels false.
Yeah,
almost always. That being said, if other people report on a good deed, then I feel like that's okay. As long as it's not on their own channel.
Say that again. If they report on a good deed.
Yeah, I worked with a person who did something great, and the local news picked up on it, and he reposted their post. That also feels gross, but the fact that the other people that the local news reported on it, I was like, oh, that's
I see
cool.
what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, you hope that some good comes out of anything. I guess. I don't know. I've always been just annoyed about that, and I'm glad I got your perspective on it, because now I know it's about intention.
It has to be. That's the only way it's okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like influencers who are listening, because this is the most popular.
We're number one on the iTunes podcast right now.
Fantastic. It's incredible.
So I'm going to keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying that until we are.
I'm just going to start calling you Donald Trump.
And that's the end of the show.
Since you're number one podcast in the world.
Currently, yes.
People who are listening,
right.
If you want to post about your good deed, I think there should be a ratio that makes it okay. You should do 10 good deeds, and then you can post about one.
How about this?
What?
You make a website where you post about your good deed, but you have to post it anonymously. Nobody knows who
I
you
love
are.
that.
That
I
way
like
people
that a
get
lot.
ideas to do good deeds. Okay. I'm down for that.
I support that.
Yeah. I support that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for people listening right now, I gave in the intro a brief intro on you, and you know, you are an actor. You were most well known for Switched at Birth, over 100 episodes on ABC. Congratulations, by
Thank
the way.
you. Yeah.
And that's an incredible run for an actor to accomplish. Seriously, fucking kudos to you. And I watched a good number of clips on YouTube. I did not watch the series. I will not lie to you and say I watched your show. I
That's
watched
fair.
clips on YouTube.
It's okay. You're not the demo.
I'm not.
You're not. It's okay.
No. I was impressed with the fact that you knew sign language, first of all, because that's impressive to me. And you're actually like, and I know this sounds crazy or it might sound a little rude, but you're a really good actor. I said you're actually a really good
You're
actor.
actually all right.
You're actually not bad. That was phrased horribly, but you're a really good actor.
Thanks.
And I was like noticing the stuff you were doing in those clips, and I was like, oh, she's got this is good. This is really good stuff. I know since you come from the acting background like me, was there ever a point in your career whenever these Vine influencers, when Vine was around, these Instagram famous people, they began getting acting work as well? I don't know. Were you around for that?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's happening now.
It is, but I felt like there was more of a worry of their competition in the past than it is now. I feel like the focus has shifted away from them because people have realized, oh, we need real
actors.
We need real actors instead of people who have strong followings. Not to say, excuse me, that some of them might not be good actors, or some of them might not be taking acting lessons and trying to be actors as well, which is totally fine. But a good number of those people are doing stuff just for views, or doing stuff just to be quote unquote famous.
Yeah.
And like Logan Paul or Jake Paul, the Paul brothers. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
No.
You know me. I'm usually pretty neutral. I try to stay neutral on certain things. But like when I start seeing them get acting work, I'm like, really? You're literally hiring them just for the numbers.
But the thing I've found with those types of people, those influencer people, is when they get hired, their level, like the studio is hiring that person because of their following, because they're assuming that quote unquote actor will post about the project that they've just been in.
Right.
Which it doesn't really happen.
Not to the extent of what they're posting
To what
on
they're
their
hoping
channel.
for. Exactly.
And
So the payoff for the studio is you get a mediocre. Sometimes they're good. Not all of them suck.
Right.
Sometimes they're good. But you get an actor who's, we'll say, less experienced with scripted storytelling, who then just doesn't do the secondary part of it, which is like post about your shit.
Right.
Be proud of your stuff. I don't know. I think it's really frustrating. But I had to beat out an influencer for a role that I was sort of like not 100% sure that I even wanted. And then you're sitting there across from this person who's like so not the part, but they have 700,000 followers. And I'm sitting there going like, I'm banging my head against a wall to beat out somebody who's not as good as I am, who is extremely less experienced than I am. And I don't even know if I want this thing. I ended up getting it, and I loved participating in it, and I loved doing it, and I made some really good friends out of it. So I'm glad that I did.
Right.
But like that part of it, sitting in the screen test, where like I'm the kind of person in the audition room who I want to make friends with somebody in the audition room. Like the most uncomfortable place in Los Angeles is that room. So my goal every time is to like, hey, I like your shoes, or like whatever, and make a friend.
wow. Okay.
So that I'm more comfortable going in and they're more comfortable going in, and then the best person who gets the part wins. But in this case, I'm sitting there looking across from this influencer who's got like...
Can you write the name on it later? Because I want to know.
I don't know her name.
Okay.
I don't know her name, but I know she had 700,000 followers
Okay.
on all the socials or whatever.
Which, by the way, isn't it funny right now with 700,000? It's like,
I know.
people are like,
Stupid.
What I was like trying to talk about, and I'm glad like you've had experience with that, was the fact that I know casting directors now, majority of them are shifting away from that because they're realizing we're not getting the best person for the job. And it's true.
Yeah.
It just is. And you're right. They're not really posting about their stuff afterwards. They might do a couple. Twitter posts or whatever, but like
not like we do.
we're not doing.
I see your Twitter. I see you every time We the People airs. For the People. I do We the People every time.
I know, it's okay.
Every time. But you guys are on it, and you're proud of it, and it has something to say, and you have something to say about it, which I think doesn't happen as much with influencers.
That is with some influencers for sure. For some influencers
you're right,
for sure. But
you're right.
This business is evolving constantly, and I'm really curious and excited to see how it's going to evolve in the next 5 years as well. You hear about Apple? They bought they're spending billions on their own network now too. So it's like, all right, cool.
Well, Facebook is out, so somebody's got to step up.
Okay, this is something so fucking annoying.
Tell me.
I was searching for a cool whiteboard to make with my brother, and came across an office supply store.
Okay.
That's all the ads I'm getting right now on YouTube and Facebook is office supplies, like office supply stores, like for like furniture, not like home, like what is it called, Staples or something like that. It's like, hi, would you like furniture for your office now? Like long commercials for them, and I'm like,
they're always listening, aren't they?
it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy now.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying, but
weird.
it's the world we live in. You ever want to disconnect from everything and just run away?
We say so much.
Yeah, same here.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Dude, if I could make sure my family was taken care of,
Yeah.
I'd be like, fucking deuces, everybody. Delete Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Only have a bank account online. Like, the only thing online is a bank account and an email that I've changed to be so obscure that nobody can send me junk mail, and it's only connected with my bank account. And even then, I would have some, secret stash stowed away on my farm in the mountains
Mattress
somewhere.
money. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
I feel like we're living in an alternate reality sometimes.
Have you heard you heard this thing about the Matrix? This like Elon Musk thinks that we're in the Matrix.
It's a hologram.
Okay, tell me more.
Is that the thing you read?
It's a simulation.
Yeah. You want to? Okay, I'm
went
not
down
smart.
A deep dark hole, and I was like, I'm having a nervous breakdown.
So this theory was the first time I read about it was years and years ago, at least like 7 years ago ish, and this was before it became popular, like mainstream, and was, everybody was talking about it for a while. There's actually beginning to be proof that the way I'm not smart enough to reiterate what I read on this scientific article, but check it out. Do the research on your own. I'll send you the because I know you won't.
Tell me a little
But
bit.
it's basically talking about how the universe on the atom level is reacting like a hologram, basically the way light hits off things and everything. It's actually pretty scary how they prove it, and you're like, whoa. That's actually kind of crazy. And then there are other articles building off that, talking about how you can actually begin manipulating that reality from just the way you think.
Okay. So I'm a person who believes in like law of attraction. What you think about is what you get. Is that the same thing?
I think it's the scientific proof of that. Or beginning to prove that, yeah.
Huh.
So, like, you believe in the law of attraction, right? This kind of parallels with it. Scientists have proven that if you begin thinking a certain way, it actually physically changes the way your neurons connect and everything.
Yeah.
So there's actually a physical change happening with the way you think.
Yeah.
On a habitual basis.
Yes.
So that law of attraction, I believe, falls into that kind of...
That category.
That it's connected to that somehow.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Very interesting. Yes. I mean, it's pretty bonkers if you think about it. Like, what is real then? Because everything you experience is inside your mind. Mm-hmm. Have you ever read this philosophical thing.
That's the Matrix thing, right? Like what you're experiencing is like. This is where I get confused, though. My reality is that I'm sitting in a room talking to you on your show.
Right.
And then I walk out of here and I go to the park and then I go meet up with a friend for lunch and whatever. So that's me traveling around and the world around me is existing in like, I don't know, like a 5-mile radius or something, right? But then what happens to you? Because your reality is your reality, so you're experiencing your own simulation.
Right.
That's where I get lost.
So that's actually something like, I forget the philosopher who talks about it. It's not Descartes. He basically says there's no way for you to prove what's happening. And I think, therefore, I am. Who's that guy?
I don't know.
He has a paper written about it. Michael's looking it up right now. Who is it, Michael?
It's Descartes.
Descartes. Okay, it's Descartes.
Oh, fancy.
Super fancy. I'm so stupid. I just realized. No. There's no way for me to prove what you're experiencing in your own mind. Does it make sense? Everything you've ever experienced. Because if I punch you in the leg, that's just neurons telling your brain, like, oh, it's just an experience you had literally in your mind. Mm-hmm. So everything that you've ever experienced, time, space, that 5-mile radius, happens inside your mind. There's no way for you to experience what I experienced.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's holy shit. I just went off. I went so fucking deep. I lost what whole reason I'm talking about. Shit. What were you saying beforehand? Before I forget.
It's my question was like, how, if this is all a simulation, then are you experiencing your own simulation?
Oh, yeah, that's it. You can't prove that. You can't prove that I'm not experiencing my own simulation.
But I mean, like, who's to say who's the like origin of that simulation? So I don't actually exist because I'm in your mind.
From my perspective, right? Like, I had a dream last night. No joke. I had a dream where I was on a college campus, and I realized I was in a dream because this happened. There was this girl in a tower, and she was playing Fortnite, that video game.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a weird dorm. Like, how do you get in and out of this? She's like, oh, it's such a pain. I have to, like, break through this wall, and there's, like, a flap through the wall, and I have to climb down this really rickety staircase. And it was, like, wet and stuff. And I'm like, this is so oh my gosh, this is a dream. And then all of her friends were like, yeah, this is a dream. I'm like, you guys all exist inside my mind right now. And I knew I was dreaming. And I'm like, oh God, I could just fly out of here.
Did you?
Here's the worst fucking part of this. What? It was a narcissist move on my part.
What'd you do?
Some guy goes, yeah, before you go, can we get a picture? Guess what? I took a fucking selfie with the guy.
And then you woke up?
And I lost the dream thing. Because in the camera, I'm trying to process his face and my face in the screen. Because they say you can't process faces in a dream.
Right.
So, like, I'm, like, trying to hold the camera and take a selfie with the imaginary person inside my mind.
Shit.
And
then you couldn't fly anymore.
Yep. How weird is that? So, back to what you were saying, like, maybe I'm just inside your mind.
Uh-huh.
There's no way to prove that from your end.
This gives me so much anxiety.
Really?
This part, like, this conversation just makes me go, like, what the fuck is all of it?
I'm actually warm right
I'm
now.
Freezing.
Oh, really? You want my jacket?
No, it's
okay.
It gives me because there's so much uncertainty that I go, like, what's the point?
You know what? That's actually a great question. So, do you believe in any kind of higher power? I'm just asking, by the way. I'm not, like, trying to... Do you believe in a higher power? I think we had this conversation.
We did.
Yeah.
I think that there's... I mean, I belong to the religion of don't be an asshole.
All right.
We don't have weekly meetings.
But what's the point?
Don't be an asshole.
Oh, okay. Don't be an asshole.
Because your simulation is mixing with my simulation, and I don't want to ruin yours.
Gotcha.
I don't know, man. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It gives me so much anxiety. Just the conversation makes me go like, ah!
I have my own set of certain beliefs, but I'm always curious to know what other people's are. So, like, you're saying don't be an asshole because it basically ruins some kind of, like, good experience you're having with your life, right?
Yeah.
And that, in turn,
There's no
makes
point
it
in
not
that.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
So it's important to have an enjoyable life for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to just do no harm. Just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Just, you don't need to honk your horn at the car in front of you when the light immediately turns green. Don't be an asshole.
That's fair. Don't harm people. I definitely have I agree with you there. But I was just curious why. Because this question of what's the point, I'm trying to get more at the core of that. Like what do you mean? What's the point of just living or doing stuff?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't necessarily think that there's like a heaven and hell and fire and brimstone and all of those things. So if this is all we have, this experience, this whatever simulation or whatever this is, if this is all we have, then what are we trying to accomplish while we're here?
Right.
I was raised to believe that, you made a choice to come to Earth. And then eventually, when your physical form dies, you're going to go back to the place that you came from. And then you're going to have this experience, and that will inform your afterlife, basically.
That's super interesting to me. You chose to come to Earth.
Yes.
That's what you're raised.
I was raised to believe that in the spiritual form, Mormons.
Yes.
In the spiritual form, you made a conscious choice, a specific decision to come to planet Earth. And, by the way, you got to choose your parents. You chose the people who raised you. Kind of an interesting concept. And then when you die, it's all evaluated and whatever.
You know what's really interesting about what you just said? As crazy as it sounds, and just as a personal belief, I have a lot of questions about the Mormon faith.
Yeah.
I'm
not an authority, but
No. I'm not going to ask you anything. But when I say I have questions, there's a lot of things I disagree with.
Yeah.
But
me too.
That is oddly familiar to the way Buddhists talk about in the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Not a light read, believe it or not. Dude, you want to feel like an idiot? Read that book.
Why?
Dude, it's just so... Out there is not the right word. Philosophical to a point where you reread a paragraph, maybe like 5-10 times, and you set the book down and you just sit there and think about what you read, and you still don't get it. It's actually very similar in the way you transition from one life to the next in their reincarnation, where the things and habits, where the habits you've done in this life, the choices you've made, have imprinted on your soul in a certain way that you begin attracting the next life.
Based on the choices you're making.
Based on the choices you make here. Very interesting. There's actually an explanation of that book. It's more of like the modern day guide to the Tibetan of the
Idiot's Guide.
Yeah, the Idiot's Guide almost. It's called the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, and it's written by a holy man who moved to the West to kind of teach Buddhism, and and I'll send you a picture of that book, and I highly recommend you get it because it's very similar to that, and I've never heard that from the Mormon faith, that beginning part, and so that immediately struck in me. And there is some, I don't know.
It's interesting. I like the idea that we chose this, right?
Yes. I always ask myself at the end of the day, then what? Even if I had this information, how would it change the way I'm living right now?
I mean, okay, so I'm a person who doesn't like to believe in regret. You made a choice. Stick with it. It made you the person that you are now. And hindsight's 20/20, right? So if I could go back and make different choices, I think I would. I don't necessarily... I used to say, like, oh, that's regret. I don't necessarily think that's regret at this point in my life.
I make the same mistakes a few times in certain things.
Before
I
you
change.
decided to change it?
Yeah. I go through what is called the suffering cycle a few times. There's a great story in the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying where it basically describes this suffering cycle in this way. A man walks down an alley and he sees a hole in the road. He decides to still walk down that alley. He falls in the hole. He blames the hole, curses, gets up, gets out of the hole and walks away. Next day, he walks down the same alley, sees the same hole, falls down it again, curses the hole again, gets up, walks away, and next day comes along. The man walks down the same alley, sees the hole, knows he's going to fall in, falls in, doesn't blame the hole this time, realizes, it's my fault I'm in this hole. Gets up, walks away. Next day comes along. The man walks down a different alley. That's it. And it's about realizing, like, who's at fault for the mistakes.
What if you walk down the alley, and fall in the hole and go, man, I'm such an idiot. So you're blaming yourself.
Yeah, that's what.
And then the next day, you walk down the alley and then you jump over the hole. Because that's the place that I want to get to. I'm stubborn, so I want to go down that same alley, but I want to jump over the hole.
What if it's a really big hole, though?
I could pole vault.
You can pole vault. If you're still getting over the hole, then that's fine. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm all about, like, extreme ownership after reading that book and by Jocko Willink. Yes, Michael, I've mentioned it again. And I just like it when people take ownership for the mistakes that they've made. There's power in that, and there's free will and choice, and I like that. And it just changes yourself for the better. Again, I don't have all the answers, and going back to that, what if you did know, like, how everything was made, if there is, like, a supreme being, and how would that change how you live right now, you know? And I think the choices you're making right now is, like, don't harm others, don't be an asshole, be nice, you know? I think those are all the right things to do. I think that's, I don't know, in my opinion, that's better to do
it's
that.
Like almost like karma. Like if I have to, you know, I think what you put out there comes back to you. So just, you know, don't be an asshole.
How does it come back to you, think? Just by the law of attraction, back to what you believe?
I think so. I think, you know, if you're, I guess so. I guess it's just law of attraction. I guess it's as simple as that. Yeah. If you ruin somebody else's day, it kind of ruins yours as well. There are people who get joy out of, like, I just don't understand that person. That's just not the person that I am.
You know, the more I've done these long form interviews, the more it makes me, like, want to go out and read stuff after these talks with people. 'Cause I realize there's so much I don't know, you know? Things you think you know. Like, for instance, I have this habit of listening to the Joe Rogan podcast whenever I listen to it, but especially when Dr. Rhonda Patrick is on there. She's like a nutritionist and, like, this doctor of well-being, and she knows all the scientific, like, mechanisms that happen whenever you, like, eat blueberries and why they're good for you. Like, she talks about it in detail to the point where I don't know what she's talking about anymore, like, scientifically, because I have no clue. But I'll just go, okay, blueberries, good. Because my stupid brain just like, okay, blueberries, got it. That's all I remember. And it always makes me want to do, after these, like, conversations, now I want to reread that book about the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. Yeah. Just to kind of go back over it.
Yeah. I recently reread Be Here Now by Ram Dass, which is the greatest book I've ever read.
Be Here Now.
Be Here Now.
Can I see the cover of that? I don't know why I want to see the cover. I feel like I've heard of it.
So I've heard of Ram Dass, like, I like yoga and all that hippie bullshit. And so
it works.
It's great. I love it. And so Ram Dass was with Timothy Leary in Harvard and studied LSD and acid and all that shit.
Yeah.
And then the program was shut down, and so his name was Alan something or something like that. He had, like, a Western name. And then he went to India to find a guru. He found a guru and lived there, I think, till the end of Richard Allen or something like that was his white person name.
Oh, okay.
And so he goes to India. He finds a guru. He has this spiritual experience and is a changed man. I believe that Be Here Now was written back in the United States, And it's so amazing, Wesam.
Yeah. I literally wrote it down so I can
first,
know for it.
I don't know, 60 pages are read, right page, you turn it, left page, right? You read it like a traditional, normal book, okay?
You mean left to right?
Yeah, left to right. The red left to right. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Traditional way of reading. You go from the right diagonal all the way to the...
Not like you read a manga.
You read mangas? Mangas?
Mangas.
Mangas? Make America Great Again?
Mangas. Okay,
Anyway.
so you read Be Here Now like a normal book, okay? And it's like 60 pages, and the pages are white. They're just normal white pages. Then, the pages of the book turn to this like, almost like brown paper bag parchment color.
Scary.
It's like brown pages, and the book itself shifts 90 degrees, and now you're reading from the top of the page to the bottom of the page, and you flip the page up.
What? Who are you?
And it is it's a freaking time machine, because you're transported to a 1960s LSD trip. And some of the pages there's illustrations on every page. So Ram Dass drew and wrote the book at the same time. And he's high as a fucking kite. And he says things like, Jesus is groovy, man. Just look to the big ice cream cone in the sky.
Okay. This is really interesting.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a literal trip. And then the last bit of it explains sort of on a more grounded level, like what the fuck you just read.
Right.
But it's incredible. It's like, just, live in this moment, and don't worry about the past, and don't worry about the future. I think everyone should read it. I think it's a really interesting, like, I laugh when I read it, but some of the illustrations are very simple with, like, it's a form of a woman, and it's drawn with one line, and it's beautiful. And then the next page is like a peacock, and there's like all this like intricate detail. And I look at it and I see the comedy in it, because I think that there is comedic elements to it. You don't write Jesus was groovy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you would like it. I think it's worth checking out. You have to have an open mind.
I'm all about that. Here's my I'm not gonna even I'm gonna get it. I promise you I'm gonna get it.
He's tripping the entire time.
I don't care if other people use drugs. I sincerely
I don't either.
I'm in that mindset where I don't think anything like that, user substances wise, should be legal, for instance.
You don't think it should be legal?
No. I think I think it should be everything should be legal.
Everything should be. Yeah. I do too.
Because there's a system of it. I think it worked in Denmark, where I don't think any drugs are banned or whatever.
Okay.
And like crime and like abuse of all those drugs goes down significantly. I think the real problem is educating people at a younger age to understand the dangers and side effects of certain things, and like why you probably shouldn't do it, but it's up to you at the end. You have to learn from your own mistakes. I'm all about free will and choosing your own path. My parents were so supportive, even though they super strict, super disciplined, but they were like, hey, learn about all other religions. We encourage you to learn. Go ask questions.
Yeah.
We don't have all the answers. We'll try to answer as much as we can, but it's up to you to ask questions. It's up to you to figure out what's right to do, what's wrong to do, and deep down in your heart, you always know what's right and what's wrong to do.
Yeah.
So, I'm always concerned with the younger generation, especially now, with books about that promote heavily, like do LSD or do all this. Even though I think it should, it should all be legalized, because I feel like people take advantage of that sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on that end of the spectrum where I hate when somebody's like, "It's okay, you know what? Sometimes treat yourself." Because I feel like people take advantage of that, like...
It's everything in moderation.
Yes.
Have French fries, but don't get supersized French fries every single day.
Yeah, and then I'm worried about the people. I'm worried about the people who are like, well, I had them 2 days ago, and I worked out really hard this morning. And it's like, did you work out hard? You know what I mean? I feel like people start taking advantage of that because I noticed that in myself. I noticed myself slipping in that.
But then why are you holding them to the same standard? Like, you notice yourself. It's ultimately, that's the thing about legalizing everything. If you ruin your life, then that was your choice, right?
Yeah, I just get concerned about it because I know a lot of people, a lot of the younger generation nowadays are very easily misled. I mean, have you looked on the... This thing is blowing my mind. Excuse me. How dare I?
How dare you?
How dare I?
Very disappointed.
Phone just ran off. This on World Star, I've been watching it because I like watching the fights and stuff. That's the only reason I follow World Star. Are you making fun of me for this?
Not at all.
Do you follow World Star?
I know what it is, yeah.
Yeah, there's too much twerking on it nowadays, and the algorithms of Instagram suck because now all I get is what World Star is posting instead of all the other 100 accounts I follow.
Right.
Anyway, this girl named Little Tay, I think is her name.
Okay.
She is trending. Mr. Michael.
Yes, sir.
Can we look up this 9-year-old on Lil Tay? Her name is Lil Tay, I think. I don't know. She's 9 years old.
Lil.
Yeah. I don't know where her parents are. She's a young girl. Yeah, that's her. She's not a rapper. She's a 9-year-old girl. And she keeps saying, hey, my car, I'm 9 years old and I got this car and you can't even afford rent. We're making money out here to all you haters and like all this stuff. And like, she's pointing to her bathtub. She's like, my bathtub is cost more than your rent. Yeah, we're making money out here. And like constantly doing that. I'm like, dude, what are you doing to this child? And people are supporting this.
Yeah.
And that she has beef with that stupid chick. What's her name? She's like a Cash Me Outside girl from the Dr. Phil show that became famous.
Why does she have beef with her?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And that's the part that can... What's up? Yep.
The sucky thing is...
Look, fuck her. She's a bitch. Like, if my 9-year-old daughter was saying that... what are you doing? Hey,
Yeah.
we're moving to the mountains forever. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's not a good way to raise a human. Am I wrong? Am I going crazy here?
No, you're not.
I feel like that, though. Seriously, I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes because I'm reading all these comments. Literally, millions of people are like, yeah, dude, she's going to be hot. She like, what? She's 9.
She's 9.
Hey, you can't say that. What are you doing?
Do you want kids?
Well, yeah, with the right person.
Well, not right now,
Okay.
Wesam.
I thought you were just giving me kids.
Here you go.
You want kids? Got 6.
Take them with you. Take them to the mountains. I don't know if I do because of things like that. Like, I don't know if... I don't want to be responsible for permanently damaging another human person. Permanently. Because here's the thing. If you're going to be a parent... Even if you raise them in the mountain, you're still gonna that kid's gonna grow up fucked up. Every parent damages their child. That's just the nature of being a parent.
Right.
So Lil Tay's parents, yes, are doing worse than other people.
But whoever's in charge of her right now, like she's influencing other 9-year-olds, thinking that this is an okay way to live your life. That getting money and doing and then flashing it in people's faces and to people who can't afford their rent. That's a
terrible.
proper that's a good thing to do. Basically, that's what they're saying. I mean, it's actually sickening to me. I mean, I know we're like, I know I've like laughed about it a little bit, but like, it's actually sickening and extremely disheartening because she's affecting other children. And those people are going to have their lives fucked up now. Okay, awesome. Great. For what? So somebody could be like, yeah. Okay, I scroll down to the next. We've become fucking idiocracy.
Oh my God, yes.
We've become that.
We're all idiots. We're all idiots who consume things in micro doses at 30 seconds at a time.
Oh my God.
Or 1 minute, because Instagram videos are a minute. So the most information you get at one point is a minute's worth.
Literally, I'm stressed out about this right now. How fucked this world is right now. On the other hand, you have these like shining gems of light. Of one of my best friends from back home. He has these. Him and his wife have raised these 2 daughters that are just like freaking angels, like overachievers, and they're like the best parents, and they sacrifice so much to make sure that they were raised properly. And you're like, oh, there's hope. There's hope. There's hope. Get off my soapbox. I don't know. Just don't. Do you think kids like 9 years old should have like that? That's what scares me if I have kids. I feel like I don't want to not give them a cell phone, so they're like the weird kid at school. But at the same time, they have access to that, and it's like, well, what do you want me to do, kid? You don't understand it now. You know what I mean? Like,
you just have to monitor it. You have to be on top of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
I don't know. I don't have kids. I just think, like you said, like, don't be an asshole. Don't harm people. That's a kind of harm. Would you agree? Mentally?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just bothers me.
It's insane. It's gross. It's really gross because the parents are benefiting as well. But on set, you see child stars.
Oh, my God.
And I say, I always make a point if I'm working with a child actor and I go, what do you like about this? What do you want to be doing? Like, why do you want to be an actor? Almost every single time they go, oh, the craft services is great. Okay, yeah, but like, what else? Do you like telling stories? Do you like being characters? Do you like learning lines? Do you have a good memory and so you want to show off a little bit? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
They never have good answers. They always go like, oh, I did my first commercial when I was 9 months old, and it was a diapers commercial, and yeah. I'm like, what? So this is it's all your parents' dream. Child actors are fascinating.
I know my co-star on the show. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And caveat, my co-star on Switch was a child actor, and she's super. Well, she's mostly normal, and I say that with all of the love in my heart. Yeah. She's one of my very best friends of all time, and I wouldn't change a thing about her. But I mean, she didn't have a normal childhood, and she would tell you that too. So there is a way that you can come out the other side and be a normal person. But if you had asked her at 6 years old or 9 years old, like, why do you want to do this? She would tell you, I like telling stories. She would have all the right answers. Yeah. So, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess I'm just in the mindset right now, like, it's beginning to weigh on me. The responsibility of a parent is tremendous. I mean, you think about, it doesn't really hit you, but you're in charge of this person's well-being. Like, and their start at life. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Look, my co-star on the show, not all, obviously, child stars end up with fucked up lives. Britt Robertson. Yeah. She was a child actor. Yeah. Awesome person. Genuinely a decent human being. And I know her personally, and the stuff she's told me, I'm like, that's a good person at heart. That's awesome that she was able to, like, rise up from that, the struggles of a child actor, Yeah. But then you have somebody like Corey Feldman, whose parents took advantage of him, and then he was, like, sexually abused, and then, like, he's like, my gosh, he just seems crazy now. Yeah. I mean, you saw, like, some of his recent, I'm calling them antics. He said somebody stabbed him in the car with a syringe.
And they didn't?
No, the doctors couldn't find anything and just did it for, I don't know why. Yeah. But he does he does this creepy thing where he holds a house for young women.
He holds a house?
Yeah, like he takes care of young women who want to get their starts in their start in the business. And
specifically women?
Yeah, specifically women. He calls them Corey's angels. I'm being dead serious. They're the women in his band. What? Have you seen him in his band when he was doing? Michael, do you know what I'm talking about? When Corey Feldman did the dance on the Today Show, like he did his song, like he's a musical artist.
I don't know any of this.
Oh boy, it's hard to watch. I don't know if we can watch all of it. What do you think, Michael? How much could we play while we're watching this?
As long as you talk over it, you can play it.
Oh, okay. Then we're watching it, and then we're gonna talk over it. Okay. Corey Feldman Today Show. He basically, I think maybe 2 years ago, did this came out with another musical album, and it's just it's very difficult to watch. It's very cringe. It's a very
You love those cringe videos.
I do. The first one, yeah.
What's he wearing?
Great question. Yeah. So for people who are listening right now, we're looking up Corey Feldman's Today Show performance.
Grew up in the 80s, right here, then you may have had some Corey Feldman posters on
Yeah.
your walls. I'm gonna say it.
So basically, he's
synonymous with the decade.
This
He's-
is Corey. What is he wearing?
great question. It's an outfit, his musical outfit.
It looks like it's chainmail, like a suit of armor kind of thing,
Yeah.
with a hood. And his angels are in angel costumes. So how old are these angels?
Oh, the 20s, young 20s, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, I hope they're young 20s. I hope they're young 20s.
Yeah.
I hope they're legal.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is guy. Can you forward just a little bit? I just want to
He's
show
lost
her like.
his mind.
Yeah, the poor guy is. Yeah, here we go. Oh, start. Can you start like just a little bit forward?
What is happening?
Look at the way he's moving. No
Is
joke.
he high?
He has to be on some kind of medication or like medication in terms of like illegally.
Pills or something?
Yeah, I mean he's a very
He looks like a lizard.
with the outfit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Can you skip just a little forward more? It's just. Anyway, yeah.
I don't understand him.
Yeah. At first you're laughing at it, and then you stop laughing and you're realizing, oh my god, he thinks this is really good, and everybody who he has in his circle tells him it's good, and it's just hard to watch after a while, and it's sad because that's his world.
It's interesting when artists, we'll say artists, make a choice to make that big of a shift and their circle doesn't tell them that they look like an idiot. Like the other day we were talking about Madonna.
Yeah.
And how now she's got this like nouveau riche thing that she does, but she's from Detroit. So like what happens the day you start to do that?
She has a British accent?
Well, kind of. She's got this like tight throat, like affected speech pattern, and it's just very like you're like you didn't sound like that before. Or like the person who like one day just decides to wear a pinky ring. You've made a choice now. And your friends either say something or they don't.
Yeah, I mean, okay. If I had a friend, if Michael started coming in and wearing pinky rings, I would, hey man, what, everything okay? Did you come across some money?
You know what I mean? These big, like, sweeping life choices. Like, a pinky ring is a life choice.
See, that's why I love my brother. If my brothers and I, if one of us came in with a pinky ring, or like one of those people who just grow out one fingernail.
Well, those people do it for coke.
I heard that. That's okay. That's interesting.
That's what I've heard.
We would tear each other apart.
Right.
Like, make fun of each other to the point
That's
where
why
we'll never
family's so
do that
important.
again. It is. And so it's like it's unfortunate that you can't do that with other people in a nice way, you know?
You can't tell the guy at Marshall's that he stinks.
I wish I could tell him that. I would sincerely. I wish I could sit Corey Feldman in this room and be like, "Hey man, I don't know, you don't know me, and I don't you don't know me, I don't know you, but this is all weird. You got to admit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like maybe picking a different career? You want to choose something else cuz it's not that good what you're doing. And it's actually kind of crazy. And everybody thinks you're crazy, man.
They're laughing at you. That's the thing.
But would he even be open to that?
He's on the Today Show. Like, I mean, are people buying his album? Is he making money?
No.
Because as long as he's making money, then he's going to keep doing it.
I don't know how he makes his money. To be completely frank with you, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I mean, and the hell that guy has gone through. I mean, yeah, I've laughed at him. Yeah, I laughed at his performance. And then the more I think about it, the more it's like he's in a hell and he doesn't even know it. I mean, that's the worst place to be in, if you think about it. To be in hell, quote unquote, like like a horrible situation and you don't even know you're in a horrible situation.
Well, that kind of makes me think of the, like, do no harm thing, right? He thinks, oh, Katie, you're going to dig in deep here. I feel like he thinks that he's helping those women who are his angels. Because otherwise, why are you doing it?
I don't know.
That might just be me, I don't know, forcing this, like, optimistic view of it.
Again, I don't know the intention.
I don't know exactly. It all goes back to intention.
I know with the way my mind thinks, if I were to start hosting for young women in a mansion,
That sounds...
I mean, I wouldn't go immediately to, I'm helping them by doing this. Obviously it's like, nah, I'm trying to fuck them. That's the obvious, dude, come on.
Yeah.
First of all, it's for young, beautiful women who are all blonde and all look the same.
Yeah, they do all look the same. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He does have a friend, though, who was in Lord of the Rings, who played Sam.
Mm-hmm. Rudy.
Yeah. Rudy.
Yeah.
He was in one of his music videos.
Real person name. Oh.
And he's good friends with him. And so they grew up together in The Goonies, I think. Yeah. They were in the Goonies film. I don't know, man. I like that saying, be nice to everyone because you don't know what demons they're fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's helped my road rage, too.
Do you road rage?
I used to really bad. It's gotten better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you don't know...
I don't know what...
Yeah,
I don't know what a situation. And also, I like playing the No Face game. Have you heard of this?
What is that?
I talked about it once on the show. Jocko Willink has this game he plays with his kids where it's called the No Face game. And so basically it takes a long roll of the, when a paper towel roll is done, it's just the cardboard. Mm-hmm. So they'll all line up and he'll like smack them on the head with it. Or like he's about to, he's like about to smack them on the head and he'll try to make them flinch. And if they flinch, they get hit with it on the head. It doesn't hurt. Uh-huh. It doesn't hurt at all.
Yeah.
But it's to show them, it's to teach them how not to react to like things like in a stressful way or whatever. It's fun. They laugh. I know it sounds crazy.
It sounds very strange, Wesam.
I know.
Okay. No face.
His wife screamed at him apparently the first time because she just sees him like rearing back and hitting the kid. So she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" No, but if they don't move, if they don't react, then they don't get tapped with the...
That's the equivalent of telling your son not to cry.
No.
I was always told not to cry. I will say this. Sorry, Dad and Mom listening.
Yeah.
I was always told, like, don't cry. You're stronger than that. Don't cry. Don't cry. You don't need to cry right now. Don't cry. I literally broke my hand. And they thought that my hand was jammed. And my dad starts pulling on my fingers to unjam my fingers. And I'm crying. And he's like, stop crying. My mom's like, run it under cold water. Be tough.
That's a pretty extreme situation.
Yes. And it was a mistake.
And did they know that?
Felt bad forever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the fact remains of like, you're stronger than that.
Right.
Be tough. But now I'm not vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with me. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Everything's good. This sucks right now, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
Right.
I'm not crying.
But
sometimes it's okay to.
Sure. Absolutely. I don't think that's what the game is teaching because
don't flinch.
The application of it is like whenever you're driving, right? To be so reactive to, let's say somebody cuts you off and you're like, there's more, you know what I mean? Like immediately that feeling would come up, right? And you run completely on emotion. Mm-hmm. And so instead of doing that, just be like, it teaches you to, somebody cuts you off really dangerously, right? Press on the brakes, no face, like, okay, I'm safe. It's fine. I don't need to engage with this person. That's the application to driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are his kids?
I don't know.
Huh. I think that the intention for me changes the age of the child.
The intention of what?
The intention of the game. So like if the kid's 15, then like, all right. But if the kid's like 5,
he's making
it has a different lesson.
Yeah, but he's making it into a fun. It's not like as serious as you're thinking it is. It's more of a fun kind of game. Obviously, this is not hurting them in any way, or he wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
yeah, and so it's a fun game of like way to teach kind of like a principle whenever reacting to certain unexpected problems or like a surprise comes at you, not to be so emotionally reactive to certain things.
That's interesting.
Yeah. No, it's okay if you don't agree with it. That's fine. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that the age of the kid has a different psychological effect on the kid. Like if the kid's older, the kid can process that.
Right.
If the kid's younger, the kid might go like, "Oh, I shouldn't react to things."
Right, but like if you're like playing with a kid a game, like, all right, oh, you can flinch. Oop, I got you on the head. Oh, you can't move. Oh, you know what I mean?
No,
like,
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
But are you saying it would be weirder if the kid was like 15 and he was like yelling at the kid? Which he's not doing, by the way.
No, I'm saying.
Or the opposite. You don't think it's
younger is worse in my mind.
to
But
play
I
a
see
fun
what
game.
you're saying. But it's fun, and in my brain initially it wasn't as much fun as like, yeah.
Oh, you're thinking he's like, don't react. Yeah, no.
But it's not that. So
No,
great.
it's a
That's
much
okay.
it's a much funner. It's okay, by the way, if you don't agree with it. Not everybody agrees on my show, apparently. Everybody disagrees with. No, I'm kidding.
Do you fight with your guests often?
All the time. Every day. No, I'm kidding. Who did I have that I really disagreed with on certain things? Reggae. Reggae was fun.
Oh, I was here for that. That was
yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
It was interesting to listen to.
Yeah. He has forgot that new movie coming out. Mortal Engines. It's a pretty intense trailer. Have you seen it? Mm-mm. It's a whole city like in Mad Max world. Like imagine a whole city on a driving a huge mechanism that's just raging through the desert, eating up little cities.
Interesting.
I don't know
What is it called?
Mortal Engines.
Mortal Engines.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not is it the Vatican on top of the building? He said it's the Vatican, or I thought it was Washington, D.C. Oh, no, Parliament. London. Yeah. The London.
Is traveling through the desert eating smaller cities?
Yeah, I'm the worst at pitching ideas.
Huh.
Yeah, I could never. I don't want to say never, but I would need a lot of practice pitching an idea ever to a network if I ever did it. Like, imagine pitching Breaking Bad to a network. He's a teacher who makes meth with another student. Like, that's the way.
That's the way you would pitch it?
Yeah. But he's trying to, he's in a midlife crisis.
He's got cancer. He's just trying to set his family up for success.
Yeah. That's the main thing.
Oh, yeah, the cancer. Oh, shoot. Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
Are you still auditioning and going out for stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. If anybody's hiring, please let me know if you need a redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a weird industry we've chosen to do.
Yeah, there's nothing else I'd rather do, though.
No.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
If I could do anything else, I would do it. I've been thinking a lot about becoming a baker. Moving to Nebraska. Just being a baker.
Oddly enough, I like that idea. I tried baking yesterday.
What did you make?
I tried baking sourdough bread. Failed horrible. I had to throw the whole thing out.
Yeah. Did you have a starter?
No, I used just regular yeast this time. Which beforehand, when I would try to do it, I did it once correctly with a starter.
With a starter. Yeah.
This time I tried. Let me just do this instant yeast. Nope, did not work.
Yeah.
Messed it up pretty bad.
Bread's difficult.
Super difficult. It's a chemistry thing. I tried eyeing it. Did not work.
Wait, you didn't measure things? Sam, that's why it didn't work.
Yeah, I know.
It probably would have worked if you'd measured things.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of this now.
All right. Yep.
I was too egotistical and was like, you know what? I'm just going to eye it.
Yeah.
What's a little bit more flour going to harm?
What's it going to do?
What's a little bit more
Not
olive oil?
rise? Whatever.
Rised weirdly.
What do you mean weirdly?
It began cracking too much. I think I didn't fold it enough in the beginning.
Do you like to cook?
Yeah, I like peach. I can make a mean peach pie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do
It's
you
my
make
mom's
your own
recipe.
dough?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a crust because it's a peach pie.
Okay. You sure? Mm-hmm. Great.
I don't like your tone.
Okay, then, Wesam.
By the way, did you know pie crust is mostly butter and sugar?
I did know that.
First time I made it, I was like, oh, this is not healthy at all.
No.
Dude, It's scary the amount of butter I used. It was like 3 sticks of butter.
Yeah.
And like 2 cups of sugar. I was like, I'm going to die.
And like half a cup of flour.
Yeah,
And
not a
some
lot
cold
of flour.
water. And you're done. Some salt. Get the salt in there. Season
Cool.
every layer.
I'm always amazed at the first person who decided to ferment yeast.
Yeah.
Or like ferment beer or make butter. Because that must have been a crazy dude.
Any of those things.
Cheese.
Who decided that, the cow's milk, I'm going to drink that?
I could see that because you drink out of your mother's milk. You know what
Okay,
I
that's
mean?
fine, yeah.
But like, hey, this has been sitting here for a while. It's curdled. Every time somebody eats it or drinks it, they get sick. Don't do it. Cool, but I'm going to do it a little differently. What are you doing, Jeff? Jeff, don't do
Jeff,
that.
you're going to kill your family.
Nah, it's fine.
It's fine. It'll ferment.
Or like beer. You know what I mean?
This smells horrible. Let's drink it. But then, did you ever go? Have you been to Hawaii ever? I went to
No.
Maui.
I had to think about that like an idiot.
Have I been to Hawaii? I went to Maui, and they have the sugar cane processing factory
Oh, yeah.
on the island, and it smells like shit.
What?
It's disgusting.
Why?
Wesam.
Poop?
Because they take the sugar cane and they let it ferment, and then they clean it, and then that becomes granulated sugar. Like
What?
that C and E, like the white and pink bag of
Yeah.
sugar. That brand is like comes out of Maui.
Wait, it ferments.
It ferments. The sugar cane refinery process there's fermentation involved in the process, and it smells horrible.
Some people love that smell.
No.
Fetishes.
Oh, yeah, people are weird. I came back from that trip and I was like, "Nah, I'm good with sugar. I don't need to have sugar. I'm good.
It's really not good for you.
It's not good for you at all. It's delicious, though."
Dude, really, let's break down what sweet is. You know what I mean? That taste of something sweet. Why in our minds does that go? I need that more. I need that more.
It's an addiction.
I need it
Yeah.
big time. But then, like, when you have too much of something sweet, immediately you're like, I'm done. I can't eat anymore. It's too sweet. Mm-hmm. What? Hey, what? Brain, make up your mind. You know what I mean?
I rarely have the second version of that.
Seriously? Dude, I take like 2 bites of a cheesecake and I'm like, okay. But
Yeah.
custard, oh my God. Can we talk about custard? It's bad. It's
Really?
a bad addiction for me. Yeah, I can literally eat a bowl of it, probably like this thick, this big, all in one sitting. Easy.
Do you ever make your own custard?
No,
Oh, it's easy. You got to use a water bath, but it's easy.
I have somebody else make it for me. Yeah,
You
but
got your custard lackey.
I got people. I got people who make custard. I don't know what it is about it that I can just eat it and eat it and eat it. And it's not, if I eat all that, it's not good for me.
Oh, it's cream, egg yolk, and sugar, and vanilla. That's what custard
That
is.
sounds so good right now. See what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, so good. I don't know, man. But then, yeah, back to the people who like weird smelling things. I'm not judging. I'm just saying some people like the stinky poop smell.
Yeah. Stinky cheese.
Oh my gosh. Here's a story. I was in Europe. Mm-hmm. Like a rich person. I'm kidding. I was studying abroad. I was not rich at the time. And I was like, you know what? On this train to France, from London to France, I'm going to have myself
Fromage.
some wine and
Fromage.
fromage. So I got myself some good fromage. What they said was good. I'm sitting with a bunch of my my colleagues, I guess you could call them in college, right? No. Classmates. Mm-hmm. Fucking idiot I am.
They're your colleagues. It's okay. You work with them.
Jesus.
You work with them. You're okay. No, go.
No, let's not make the good.
You're good.
That I opened the package and smelled it.
Gag?
Immediately. I was like, I can't eat this. Is this normal? Does this go bad? This has gone bad. Well, technically
Right.
it has gone bad. And that's what makes it good. And I'm like, oh. I took one bite. Just like, I'm done. I'm done with this. Mm-hmm. Some cheese is just
Some cheese
rancid.
is just disgusting. Yeah.
Hey, I want to try, though, the cheese with maggots in it.
No, thank you.
Just once. Just say I tasted.
No, thank you, Wesam. No, thank you.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You weirdo. It's disgusting.
You ever want to smell something so bad? I love smelling bad things, but not like I'm turned on by it. Like, what is that?
Surströmming.
Oh
can't-
no, thank you. No.
What's that?
No.
Say that. Can you read the definition of that?
It's surströmming. It's the fermented Baltic Sea herring. It smells terrible.
I like fish. I like actually
No,
sardines.
my parents really like that show with
Dirty Jobs.
no, it's the old people show is what they call it, which is why I can't think of the actual name of it. It's on like NBC and it's like not Joe Montana, but
Joe Montana. That's
no, William Shatner's on it, and
I don't know.
all these just old TV actors and
Oh, okay.
celebrity types. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They ate this. And
Died.
I mean, actually, like pretty close to it.
What?
Like it was especially disgusting. Especially disgusting. It's really. People were literally vomiting. Like the can opened and there was not like gag, but like actual vomit. Like it's really bad.
Of this stuff.
There are reaction videos.
Yeah.
How much does it cost? Can we get it on Amazon?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Next time you're on, we're actually gonna bring it in the studio and like. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Or hey, if I buy it, can I come on the Brett Davern show and
Yeah.
open it on show?
Yeah.
All right.
Not in here.
This is a pretty small room.
I'm gonna do it in here.
They
No, we have to do it
They
here.
they recommend that you have like it in an open space outside.
No,
typically.
I'm doing it in here.
I don't know, Wesam.
Okay, next time I'm on the show, I'm gonna order this on Amazon and then I'll bring it on the Brett Davern show.
Okay.
But we won't tell Brett.
Oh my God, he's gonna.
That
We
show
tell
you're-
Brett.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't
Can
have
I be
to.
in the middle of a question and I'm just gonna pull it out
And open
start
it
open- start-
immediately.
Yeah, and just like act. And he's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah,
that
better
show you're
late
thinking
than
of.
never.
Yeah.
How much is it? How much is it on Amazon?"
Wait, who's in this? It's William Shatner, Henry Winkler, George Foreman, and Terry Bradshaw. Is the people on this better late than never? And Terry Bradshaw was vomiting, like projectile vomiting.
What? Mm-hmm. Terry Bradshaw, the football player.
Yeah, that's why I was like Joe Montana. No, that's not him. Yeah. Oh, $40. I don't know if it's that funny.
I'm sorry. That was the perfect timing.
I mean, it might be. If you do it, the thing, you just have to pull it out, like you're saying, like in the middle of a question, like just very casually, like it's just your breakfast, and then immediately open it before he can say, what is that?
Yeah.
And then the smell will hit his nose. Oh, it's only, okay, there you go. $20. Plus $12 shipping.
Okay, I'll come on it next time. You're not happy about this.
I'm nervous.
Spread
I
it.
just agreed to put myself in that environment as well.
Yeah. I'll tell him it was your idea.
I have a pretty strong gag reflex when it comes to stuff like that. Like, oh, smelly, pukey, smelly.
There is a weird, I don't like the smell, but I want it for the experience of smelling bad things or like tasting things that are unique, for instance. Like, I like that experience of just going, okay, cool. I tasted it. I don't like it. Or I just want to smell what that smells like. And then I'm done.
The death plant.
I smell that.
Yeah, I've
It's not so
smelled it
bad.
too. It doesn't smell that bad.
No. It's. I think it's exaggerated.
I smelled it in a very large room, and there was a lot of humans in that room. So really, I just smelled mostly humans, not like corpse.
One of the worst smells in the world, and this is for me, is a baby that has just pooped. There's something about baby poop that is worse than normal poop. I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yep. Can't do it. I was in IKEA, and I was walking. I saw him kind of like a few feet in front of me, and the guy was holding up his kid. He's like, "Oh, we got to change your diaper, little guy." And I didn't think twice about it. I was walking by, and it hit me. The smell of the little kid, and I was like, "Oh, nope.
Did you gag?
Oh."
You could
my
gag
God.
right now. Look at you.
It is so bad. I don't know how I can't. I don't know in the future if I have kids how that's gonna.
Your
work
poor
out.
wife. Or girlfriend or whatever.
I put them in the bathtub and hose them down or something. Get a gas mask on. I can't do that. Oh, get a gas mask. That'll help, right?
That won't traumatize your child at all.
They'll be fine. Give me a break.
Hose them down.
Water will be warm. It's not cold.
Yeah, no, that. There's just dad looks like a monster in the time that there's change. It's gonna not be able to go to the bathroom as an adult and not know why.
Have you ever changed a diaper?
Yes, I've changed a diaper.
Oh my God, how do you do it?
I was a 13-year-old girl once. I babysat.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll pick up dog shit all day long, or human.
Or you can shit. I'm learning a lot about you today, Wesam.
I seriously, there's something about like
Baby.
changing diapers and like, oh my God, yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
I get it. I mean, the body is gross.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, does anything like that like make you gag or just?
All those things. But I do like pimple popping videos.
Yeah, see, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
We're so unique. Humans are so unique, aren't they?
Huh? Why? How?
Well, look at our levels, our boundaries for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing is like totally fine. Another thing is like, no, we can't do that. Especially, and then you look at like most humans, it's like the morality issue with a lot of people. What they're okay with, what they're not okay with. You know, especially when religion is involved.
Or sex.
Yes. No, it's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What?
I love it. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then we can be persuaded.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Sorry, a bunch of boogers flew out of my nose.
a little excited.
Yeah, you could definitely be persuaded. Mm-hmm. I feel deep down inside, and this is just a theory, a lot of people have these like urges, you know what I mean? Like these sexual urges, and then when they find like a religion of some sort and that can like make it okay for you to do that, then they're like, yeah, well, it's in the like they say that it's in Islam. Mm-hmm. You can have like multiple wives, right?
Sure.
So it's like, oh, well, it's in the Quran.
What
so
I find interesting about that
I don't know if
is
it's in the Quran exactly or in the separate book of the Quran that says you can have multiple wives. Not sure exactly, but anyway. And by the way, for the people listening, I'm not like singling out Islamic people or Muslim people or the religion is Islam. That was just an example. I think there are other religions that make it okay for you to have multiple wives. That is the one I picked out right now.
What I think is interesting is the need to define yourself to make that okay. Like, why can't you just like
do it?
Yeah. Why do you have to go like, I am XYZ and therefore this thing that I want to do anyway is now okay? Why isn't it just already okay?
I think because subconsciously, they maybe think it's wrong, or they have a feeling that it's wrong, or they know it's wrong.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the only reason I can think of.
Yeah.
Why else would you need this outside source? I mean, we look for, what's it called? Affirmation. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do all the time.
Just don't be an asshole. If you have multiple partners and the partners don't know about each other, then you're an asshole. If you have multiple partners and everybody's down with it, whatever.
Yeah, if you're not harming anybody, I don't care.
Do no harm. You're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you could be in a bunch of relationships in a relationship like that, multiple partners?
I mean, I'm not a jealous person, generally speaking. So, I mean, I don't know. I've never thought about it.
Huh?
I think it wouldn't necessarily be my first choice, necessarily. But, like we said before, you could always be persuaded.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's an interesting concept.
I like sometimes YouTubing clips of sister wives.
Okay.
Or those documentaries where they have like two guys in the relationship and a girl, or two girls and a guy, just to see like the
polyamorous relationships.
Yes.
Yeah.
The dynamics. I always take it like as an acting class, you know.
Oh, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Very fascinating.
So interesting.
And especially with the boundaries they have.
Yeah.
With each other. Like this couple, they were dating this girl as well. Uh-huh. Two girls and a guy.
Okay.
And they were married.
If I did it, that would be the way to do it.
Yeah. They divorced each other.
Who did?
The girl and the guy.
Okay.
So that they could each marry the girl. Obviously, one of the marriages couldn't be legal marriage, but they wanted to legally have all three of them, and then I think they did, custody of their children. Yeah. So they all three of them together in a house, and I was like, whoa, that's got to be so different growing up as a kid. And the kids don't even realize the difference until they start talking with other kids. Like, oh, I have two moms and a dad.
You squish together two queen-size beds? Somebody gets stuck in the crack? How do you do that?
California King? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think they all shared one bed. Yeah. Yeah. My question begins logistics, because I can only imagine sharing, when I'm married, sharing a bathroom with a female. That to me is going to be like, oh, wow, okay, here we go. We need the two sinks, I feel like.
Yeah, I'll tell you how that works.
Oh, God.
You get your own bathroom, and the two girls share theirs.
Okay.
That's the way to skirt that problem.
That's a tough house to find.
What do you mean? You just need two bathrooms in the house.
Two master bathrooms?
No, you just use the guest bathroom.
I'm not using a guest bathroom.
Okay, then. All right. Your clothes are going to be in the guest bedroom. You got two female wardrobes? Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Your clothes are in the guest room.
I'm
sorry.
Yeah, this type of relationship is not for me.
Not going to work for you, huh?
Nope. Yeah, no way, dude. See, logistics stuff like that I'm curious about. I don't know, man. I've also recently looked up stuff on the Juggalos again. I'm fascinated with that culture.
That's an interesting group.
Dude. You know what Juggalos are, Michael? Yep. If you do not know what Juggalos are, do yourself a favor. After this is done, go watch American Juggalo, the documentary on Vimeo.
I haven't seen the documentary.
Or YouTube. One of the best character studies in the world. Seriously. There's a guy on there, probably says the F word 100 times in 2 minutes. Incredible. Incredibly interesting guy. Very, very, very specific type of person.
I bet you that his father, when he was a baby, wore a gas mask while he was changing his diaper.
That's rude. I doubt it. I'm going to wear a gas mask. I actually like that idea.
Well, you got to talk it over with your wife, probably.
Oh, my gosh. Smell of poop. Anyway, American Juggalo. Check it out. It's a very interesting character study. My gosh. Katie LeClerc. What is that, by the way?
French.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Did you do the Ancestry.com thing?
No, my dad's 100% French.
Got
My
it.
dad's mother's maiden name was Marcoux.
Oh.
So he has Marcoux and Leclerc. And very French.
From the Marcoux family.
And then the rest of me is European mutt.
Gotcha. Mom's side?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're pretty much European.
Yeah.
French, mostly.
But I do want to do the ancestry thing because I think it would be fascinating, really interesting.
Be careful with that. There are certain ones that are not accurate, apparently. Yeah. So it's important, I think, if people really want to get an accurate assessment, do like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, it's expensive, man.
Yes, but I'm saying if you want an accurate thing, because let's say you get one and you get the second one, and they're totally different. Or they're like, wait a minute, this one says I'm partly from here, but this other one doesn't. Then it's like, well, I don't really know. You know what I mean?
Interesting, yeah.
I mean, if you don't have the money, obviously. But
I'm just if you have a reason to know specifically, then yeah, I'm just more curious. Like, I wonder what it is. And then whatever lie they tell me, I'll probably just buy it. I'll buy that lie. You are 60% French. Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I guess it wouldn't really change the way you live your life right now.
No, not really. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have it all figured out.
Let's say you get the ancestry thing, right? And it says you are actually not French. 100% Russian or something.
Da.
What? Like, honestly, what would you do? Would you tell your dad?
I mean, yeah, probably. I'd be like, hey, by the way. But I don't think it would. I don't know. I wouldn't really change who I don't.
Yeah.
It's not my identity.
That's also a great question. That's something that's been bugging me recently.
What?
Who am I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of us are.
Because
More importantly, who do I want to be? That's the one I'm like, I don't know. I'm going through a lot of changes. So, like, if you get to decide, then what do you want? Because the who am I is important. But I think that informs the rest of it as well.
I mean, there's a certain amount of faith you have to have. Faith that there is something called free will.
Yeah. Who are you?
I don't know. I really don't know. Because I am this, because I believe in reincarnation. And so I think I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but like, I don't know. I grew up a certain way. I was given a name by my parents. I grew up with a certain set of life circumstances that are very unique to me. No one else in the world has grown up with them exactly 100% to the T like me. Yes, I can say I was born in Syria and I was raised most of my life in America, but that makes me Syrian American. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I look at the countries of Syria and America, and those were created by people, by men, but that doesn't really, these boundaries were created by men and people. So just because I was born here in this side of the line, that means I'm American. Like, I'm looking more at like a core value of like, who am I? What makes up who I am? Because if I take away my name, where I was born, all this stuff, how would I describe myself? You know, what is the definition of me? And now you've also brought up a wonderful question. Who do I want to be? You know? So I don't know. That's just stuff when I think about when I meditate and I'm all alone. Like, who am I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been doing the who do I want to be. This is like a new, like, oh, shit. Like, the scope of that feels daunting.
What?
Who do I want to be? And who am I? But mostly, like, who do I want to be?
May I ask, who do you want to be?
I don't know. I haven't always liked the person that I am.
Seriously? What don't you like about yourself?
More when I was younger, I didn't like the way that I reacted to things, and just, like, I was bullied pretty badly. And I didn't like my reaction to it. Was just to, like, hole up and eventually, like, literally run away. That's why my family moved to California.
Oh.
And I was told to not like who I was, and so I didn't. You know what I mean? But, like, by these bullies, like, you suck, you don't have any worth, you should die, blah, 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 blah. So all these things, they get into me, and, like, habitually I was thinking that. And then so at some point you make the choice, like, okay, well, I'm going to change that. You make changes, and then maybe you backslide, or maybe you go forward and you get better and better. And then for me, as an adult, deciding that I didn't like my circumstances and my relationship, and then making the hard choice to change that, I feel like I'm in that, like, interim of, like, well, if I get to choose everything all over again, like, when I was in high school, the decisions were made for me. Okay, you want out? This is where we're going. This is what is going to happen next. So now as an adult, I look back on getting out of that bullying experience, and for all intents and purposes, I was just bullied again as an adult. The circumstances were different because I was married to my bully. But
Gotcha.
you decide to get divorced, and then you go, well, now I get to choose who I want to be.
Right.
But as an adult, it's a totally different experience. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to be.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to be a baker in Nebraska.
Yeah. Do you think that's because you kind of want to run away again?
Oh, dude. Yeah. You said it early in the show today. Like, do you ever want to run away? I'm like, more than you know, Wesam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm in a weird transition right now.
Right. Right. And I know you've just moved into a new place, and you just finalized your divorce. I mean, is it over?
Oh, it's still in it.
Okay.
Yeah. But then when it's finalized, then do you get to, like, ooh, this is who I want to be now. I like the idea of that fresh start, but I don't know how to do it. It's scary.
Do you think people always change?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Always changing.
Yeah.
If you're not changing, then you're boring.
Do you think that you're scared past habitual negative habits that you have are going to creep back up again whenever you do have this clean slate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we are creatures of habit. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm not the same person I was a year ago.
Okay.
1,000%. And in some ways you kind of go like, well, but what's it for? Like,
Right. How do you think you can break habits?
Consistency. I think you have to decide to change something. You have to stay with it. What do they say? It takes 21 days to create a new habit. If you do something every day for 21 days, then it will be your new habit. So it's just changing the way you think, right? That rewiring your brain a little bit.
Yeah. I think when I hear that, I think it's dangerous.
What?
It takes 21 days to break a habit.
Okay.
Because I feel like most humans, whenever you tell them, okay, you got 8 reps, all of a sudden you get really weak on that 6th and 7th rep.
Interesting.
Now, if you would have said to that person at that same moment, okay, you got 15 reps,
Yeah.
they don't get tired until 13 rep
Yeah.
or the 14th rep.
Yeah.
So I think whenever people want to make a solid change in their life or they want to pursue something, don't put a timeline. This is what it is now. That's why I like
that a lot.
I like the advice that people give when it's like, you want to start waking up early? This is how you do it. You wake up early every day.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's it. You want to stop missing that person? This is how you do it. You stop missing that person. I feel like there's so much power in just simplifying it. Not saying it's easy.
And making a choice.
And making it a strong choice. That's why I love it when I hear cold turkey stories.
Yeah.
Because they're like, not weaning myself off. It's done. Bye. To me, that is the remarkable thing about the human spirit. And I think it's in everybody where there's this shining light of all of a sudden you see this flash and it's a person deciding, no, I'm going to change myself for the better despite my circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the most beautiful things about being a human that people are capable of.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what life has in store for you, Katie. But I'm so happy that you're getting a clean slate soon.
Me too.
Yeah. And I think it's so weird. Ever since I first met you, I don't know. I was like, she's interesting. There's something about the way she smiles. I feel like there's more stuff in the background there. It's just funny how you can tell that about certain people. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Possibly. But
no, you're intuitive and you trust your instincts. And people don't trust their instincts.
No. It's hard sometimes. Yeah. Just to be in tune with that, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Are there things in the near future that you're excited about?
What do you mean? Like career or personal?
It could be anything. Like stuff coming up in the future that obviously, the finalization of your divorce and the clean slate.
Happy
but
about
any like other stuff that can really like markers almost. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Ultra marathon people have those.
right
little markers. They're like, okay, let me get to this. I'm looking forward to this place right here. It's a little rest stop.
Sure.
Yeah.
I have decided that I'm going to take a trip somewhere by myself, but I don't know where and I don't know when. But I'm excited to do that.
Oh, out of the country?
Probably not out of the country. Probably local.
Ooh.
I don't know where, but I want to go by myself. I've never taken a trip just for me, where I get to decide everything.
Can I recommend something?
Please.
So, if I were you, and this is kind of a cheap option too, and it allows you to be alone with your thoughts, and it's a little scary too.
That's okay.
Take a silent retreat, but not the ones where you go with a bunch of people. Drive up the coast.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk or stop for gas or order some food, just have like a little dry erase marker and for 5 days don't talk to anybody. Wow. And that way you can be by the ocean, which I think is super great for
cleansing.
Cleansing, self-reflection. And at nighttime, I love the ocean because it's literally the abyss.
Yeah. I want to go. It's funny you said that. I've been thinking, well, I've never done the PCH drive. Right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, I could do that. And but then what's the destination, right? I was thinking that the destination would be the glass beach. You know about this? There's a beach where there's no sand. It is literally just broken bottles of glass, but all the edges are worn from the waves and stuff. And so it's not sharp glass, but it's just like the beach, the sand on the beach is glass. Yeah.
Whoa.
Incredible. But it's not far. It's drivable from here.
So
from LA.
So to drive from LA on the coast to San Fran takes about 8-9 hours straight. So if you have stopping points along the way, that could be a very cathartic experience for you.
That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing.
And it's cheap.
Yeah. I like the idea of the whiteboard.
Talking with people.
Yeah.
Don't
to
talk.
not speak.
Yeah.
Knowing sign language is sort of a crutch for that.
That's fine.
I just sign to people, and they go, "I don't speak sign language," and I go, "Yeah, but you should."
You know, there's really something remarkable about talking that that I think we take for granted. That the way we speak, these vibrations that we that start like from our diaphragm actually,
Yeah.
and the way the air flows through our vocal cords and the vibration it creates as it exits, and the bass and the mids and the highs, and the way those get manipulated through the nose, through the lips, through the mouth, through the tongue, through all that placement. When those sound waves hit people's ears, I know this sounds like I'm high right now, but I think it's like an absolute like miracle. There's like there's this like magical thing that happens where you understand what I'm saying, and when the intention is there behind it, back to intention, some really magical things can happen. I mean, look at us as actors. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I think there's some. You can call it magical, you can call it whatever, but I think whenever you really are in the moment and you speak the words with like really just being present and being truthful with your intentions, dude, magic happens.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that way whenever you don't talk for like 5 days or whatever it is to anybody, whenever you speak again, there's this like, I don't know, appreciation, I guess, for this new voice that you have, for this new person that you are after the other side. I don't know, just a suggestion. That could be fun.
That's what I.
No? Yes?
No. Yes.
No.
Yes. I totally see that. My sister is an ASL teacher,
Oh, cool.
and she makes her students, advanced level students, do this, where they. It's less what you're talking about, but it's fundamentally the same thing, where you can't speak. Because most deaf people, she tries to have her students immerse themselves in what it would be like to be deaf. So if you speak as a deaf person, many deaf people do not speak orally; they just speak with their hands. And so if you speak, people don't understand you or whatever. So you write things with your cell phone on the type pad of the cell phone, and then you show your Chinese food order to the waiter with your cell phone or whatever. You figure out other ways to communicate. You point to things on the menu, blah, 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 blah. And she makes her students do this for 24 hours. But it just struck me in this moment that there's residual effects that maybe she's not even aware of or intending. That the students then on the other side of that have a different appreciation, not only for like deaf culture and
Right.
people who can't hear or communicate in the way that we all normally do. Interesting.
Yeah, especially when you're by yourself, because you're forced to be with your thoughts.
Ugh.
Especially when you turn off music, turn off podcasts. Yeah.
I don't always. I don't know. I'm alone. I don't like to be alone. I like to be with people.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah.
But it's important to be by yourself.
Yeah, it is. Damn it.
At least sometimes.
Sometimes.
Especially like this. Imagine what you're going to feel like at the other end.
I'm excited.
That's why silent retreats, the ones where you're not allowed to write, you're not allowed to play music, you're not allowed to do any of that. You literally go meditate, eat, and
You're
just
not
go on
allowed to
hikes.
write?
Nope.
Not even like journal?
Nope.
I don't know. I think there's value in journaling.
There is, but this is a different
Intention.
intention.
It's the word of the day.
It is the word. It is the word of the day. Why did I become Italian?
It is the word of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Listen, I'm gonna. I think I've shared this with you before. Being alone, meditating, and trying to figure things out, I've realized this is what makes me truly happy and truly fulfilled, is being of service.
Yeah.
Being of service to my family, taking care of them, or being of service to family, friends, strangers, and getting nothing in return. Yeah. Something about that deep down inside that I'm like, thumbs up. I like that. I think that's the right way to go. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, if I'm on my deathbed or whatever, I can look back and be like, oh, awesome. I got to help out a bunch of people on this journey too. Cool. Deuces.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. And is it a selfish feeling because I like the way it feels? But again, I'm not doing it for notoriety. And I don't want the notoriety for it. I really do not. It's so anti. It really is anti. I feel like it's a little anti-human almost, because usually like we're like, part animal or whatever. I know people say that you help each other because there's a community feeling and you're safer during a community than others. I don't know what it is.
But it makes you feel good. That's a weird thing. Like I used to volunteer regularly, and you when you walk away from it, you go, oh man, I feel so good.
Yeah.
And then I would like get like weird with myself and go like, wait, did I do that because it makes me feel good?
Yeah.
But it also makes them feel good. So is it just a win-win, or am I just being selfish? I don't know.
I don't know. It feels right.
Yeah.
Just simply, it just feels the right thing to do.
Right.
When I work out, I always imagine I need to get stronger today in case I'm in a situation where somebody who's innocent is being harmed, or I have to defend somebody who's innocent. Because then it's like I got to make sure I'm strong to make sure that person stays safe. That helps me. That's like a motivation for me.
Yeah.
Very. Or like I have to defend my family someday. I'll be there. Or defend myself so that my family gets taken care of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I just do stuff, just like, if I'm ever like, I want to get a six-pack abs.
Yeah.
To like look good. Never has that worked for me as a motivator. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like,
yeah, tomorrow.
My biceps need to be bigger. Like that's just not a motivation for me. It's strong enough for me. Now, if you were like, I need to make sure my biceps get bigger for this part so I could do the part well, so I'll do really well in the role so that way I can get another job because the job takes care of me and my family, then that's different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a six-pack either.
It's okay. I for sure don't have one right now. For the last 3 weeks, I've been recovering from an injury. And hey man, it's just so funny how quickly I can pack on pounds now. Looked in the mirror and I was like,
right?
We see me looking a little thick.
Thick?
A little thick around the waist. Is that core? Nope.
Nope, that's ice cream. And it was delicious.
Oh, that's bread.
That's bread. That's sourdough bread.
That is a loaf of sourdough bread, sir. You ate this morning.
That custard really packed on.
I want custard so bad right now.
I make a pretty mean custard, Wesam.
What?
Yeah.
That's all we got for the day. Katie's going home to make me custard.
Katie's going to the kitchen.
Holy shit, is it 1 already?
Yep.
Wow.
We've been chatting.
That went by fast.
It did, yeah. It was nice. It's nice. I like you, Wesam.
I like you too, Katie. Seriously, thanks for coming on. I talked to Brett, and I'm gonna have you guys on much more often.
Great.
I feel like I just like checking in with you guys, and I think it's important.
For sure.
I don't know why I said I think it's important.
I think it's important to foster friendships, and I've known you, Wesam, for 4 or 5 months now. But I feel you're a new friend, but there's some sort of connection.
Yeah.
And maybe part of me being able to reinvent myself is making really great new friends that I want to foster the connection with.
I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. Your circle, I've said
it's very important.
Extremely important. Who you decide, you know what, best of luck to this person. I don't want to be friends with them though anymore. Like in terms of hanging out, staying in connection.
Ooh, yeah. It's a hard choice to make when you decide that.
It is, and then it gets addicting if you have like a lot of bad people in your life.
Yeah.
After the first one or the second one, you're like, oh, I'm noticing the benefits of this.
Yeah.
Oh, deuces.
Yeah. It's good, though. I think that's healthy. As long as you evaluate, as long as you're not making that decision just willy-nilly. You have to evaluate and make sure that that's well, no, but you go, it's addicting. So you go like, I'm good. Peace.
It's addicting with, like, when you start knowing who's a bad person
Yeah.
in your life. Not that they're a bad person. They could be a bad person. I don't know.
But they're not benefiting you and your journey and expanding your thoughts and challenging you and all those things.
No, and I know you've gotten to this point too. I don't have time for that anymore.
No.
I really
fucking way. I have no time.
Ever since I moved out to LA and I realized one of the biggest lessons I learned was how much shit costs and how expensive everything is. I'm like, I can't waste my time. I just can't. The amount of taxes I pay. Dude, what is with me? I keep snorting boogers everywhere. I don't know. I'm getting sick. This mic is so dirty right now.
Oh, good. I'll be sure to Purell it.
Is this your mic?
No, it's Brett's.
Don't tell Brett.
I'll bring some Lysol spray.
That's actually a good
Should
idea.
probably do that anyway.
Like, everybody uses these mics. May I ask you something? What is that on the back of your phone?
It's like a kickstand thing, so you can like watch YouTube.
Oh.
And, like, answer really important phone calls, and then like freak out and not lose your phone.
That's cool. Hey, I listened to the last episode of the Brett Davern show. Didn't listen to
Oh no,
part
was
2.
it the escape room in a box one? How much of a shit show was it?
That was funny.
Was it funny?
Yeah. How long it took you guys to play the game was funny.
We were a little tipsy.
Oh, really? Oh, you guys were really drinking?
Yeah, we were really drinking.
Oh, that's cool.
We had Irish coffees that morning.
Gotcha.
And you know Neil Gargiulo.
Yes.
And he was not drinking, and he was just looking at us like, you guys are fucking idiots. It was great. My friend made that game. Like,
that
the
part I
rule
missed.
book, this step leads to this. The escape room in a box / werewolf experiment was created on a Kickstarter that my friend started.
Wow.
Yeah. And Mattel bought it, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's a whole thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you guys keep doing the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because I sincerely mean that. It's like my favorite morning show to listen to. I listen to the podcast version.
You're so sweet.
It's very entertaining.
It's silly. It's fun.
It's fun. It's what it is. Yeah. So I'm just really happy for you guys. I'm really happy to be part of the Nice Guy Digital family. And seriously, thanks again for coming on, Katie.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks. When is Brett Davern show for people listening? Go.
Brett Davern show is on Idobi Radio every morning, or every podcast, or on your podcasts, or on YouTube. 3 ways to consume. Every day we are live on Idobi Radio from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then podcast and YouTube afterward. But 7 a.m. to 8 a.m.
7 a.m. to 8 a.m. All right, Katie. Michael, let us say goodbye. Thanks, Katie. Yep. That was me and Katie. And Michael. What a great conversation I had with her. Guys, I'm telling you, if you love the show, if you wouldn't mind, just take like 10 seconds out of your day, give us a little review on iTunes. That goes a long way for us. And we've been getting a lot of positive feedback about the show. We have 5 stars. #1 podcast in the world. I'm going to keep saying that. Hey, big thanks for Katie for stopping by. Thank you to Idobi Radio and Nice Guy Digital. Almost burped in between that. Hold on. Oh, there it is. And we're done. Thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate you so much. Make sure you follow us on all social to get the latest updates on Wesam's World. Much love, guys. We out.